Whis confesses to the Grand Priest that he once revealed the secret of the gods of destruction to Goku, but that it was by mistake. The Grand Priest gets angry with the Angel of the 7th Universe for the first time, saying that he shouldn't have done that under any circumstances. Beerus, frightened, tells the Grand Priest that he warned Whis about this. The Grand Priest says he's talking to his son. The god of destruction immediately falls silent, and the Grand Priest asks Goku if he told anyone else. The Saiyan replies that he didn't, and that he didn't even remember it after all, when Whis told him he was dealing with much bigger problems. The Grand Priest then asks Whis how Frieza discovered this secret and began killing his angels indiscriminately, and Whis replies that there is only one possible way. The Grand Priest asks how, and Whis replies that he may have discovered it through Zeno, the one who has omniscience of everything. The Grand Priest says that makes a lot of sense, and at that moment, he senses that the presence of another angel has disappeared. After discovering the whole truth, Daishin Khan decides to punish Whis and the 7th Universe. Beerus is shocked and begs the Grand Priest for mercy, but Daishin Khan loudly proclaims that this is not the first time Universe 7 has caused problems due to the mismanagement of its leaders. He reveals that he spoke with future Zeno, who revealed that Goku Black and Zamasu angered him so much that he broke the agreement between the Omni King and the angels. Whis asks if this means that future Zeno erased future Daishin Khan, and the Grand Priest replies that he did, continuing to claim that besides this event, there was also the death of his youngest son, Beerus, all thanks to the incompetence of the god of destruction who, in addition to not solving the problems of his own universe by destroying what is necessary, also violates divine laws by allowing time travel among his mortals, causing total distortion in the universe and opening infinite timelines. Beerus acknowledges this, saying that the Grand Priest is right and asks which one. This is the punishment for them, and they claim to be willing to face it. Goku feels guilty about the angels' deaths. After all, it was his idea to bring Frieza out of hell so he could participate in the tournament. Therefore, he asks Daishin Khan to spare Whis, Beerus, and the 7th Universe, punishing only himself. Beerus is surprised by Goku, as it's one of the few times he's seen him acting so coldly and seriously, since most of the time he's the biggest idiot of all, in the words of the god of destruction himself. Daishin Khan faces Goku and says he can't do anything against him on orders from Zeno himself. Goku begs the Grand Priest to give Universe 7 another chance and that they will correct their mistakes. Daishin Khan asks how they intend to do this, and Goku replies that he will defeat Frieza with his own hands, and after that, Universe 7 will use the Super Dragon Balls to bring back the gods and angels killed by the Emperor of Evil. Grand Priest tells Goku to ask the Omni King for this, as he was ordered to bring Beerus and Whis to his palace to punish them, so the Saiyan will have to ask him personally. While walking through Zeno's palace, Goku asks Whis how he came to the conclusion that he's no match for the Grand Priest. Whis tells him to speak quietly and asks why he wants to know that. Goku whispers that the last time they passed through this place, the angel told him never to challenge the Grand Priest, saying that not even the angel of the 7th Universe could defeat him, and that he just wanted to know how he came to that conclusion. Whis reveals that in the past he was one of the few angels who had the privilege of training directly with the Grand Priest due to his low talent in martial arts, unlike other older and more experienced angels like Kusu, who were already very powerful when Whis appeared. So just as Whis eventually gives Goku and Vegeta the opportunity to fight him amateurishly, the Grand Priest gave Whis the same opportunity when he trained him, and the difference in level between them at that time was exponentially greater than the difference between Goku and Whis, and he knows this just by observing the way the Seinen fights. Goku is surprised and at the same time discouraged. Whis asks what's wrong, and the Seinen replies that he now knows he will probably die without having the pleasure of facing an angel in a serious battle. Frieza discovers that Goku went to train at Zeno's palace through a device he implanted in the Saiyan during their last encounter to monitor him. Upon arriving there, Grand Priest gave Goku new clothes, causing the monitoring device to disappear. Therefore, he will no longer know what the Saiyan's next step is. Frieza is furious about this, and one of his subordinates tells him to calm down, saying it shouldn't be that serious. Frieza tells him to shut up, saying that he has no idea of Zeno and Daishin Khan level, and that if Goku trains with them, it will be much more difficult to conquer all the universes. The subordinate flatters Frieza, saying that his power surpasses anyone's, and Frieza replies that although he surpassed the Saiyans with his black form, he is still far from Omni King level. The Emperor becomes so frustrated upon hearing this that he begins to cry. Goku asks to become Zeno's ultimate disciple. Everyone is shocked by this request, and the guards glare at the Saiyan with death stares. But the Omni King calmly asks Goku what ultimate disciple means, and the Saiyan with all his genius explains to Zeno that they will go together to the Omni King's palace, where they will play various fun games. Whoever loses will have to teach a new technique to the winner. Zeno is excited and says it sounds interesting, but suspicious, he asks Goku what games they will play. Goku says that on Earth there are many cool games, board games, cards, and the like, and that he will teach the Omni King how to play each one, guaranteeing it will be extremely fun. He also says that future Zeno will love it. Beerus gets furious and tells Goku that these games are idiotic and that the great Zeno would never waste his time on that, and says that this is extremely childish blackmail. Zeno tells him to shut up and tells Goku that it's okay, that he liked the idea, and they can. Upon arriving at his palace, Goku becomes extremely excited, and Zeno tells him to hold his hand as they depart. Goku tells Zeno that the erasure technique is incredible. Zeno is embarrassed and replies that no one has ever praised that power before. After all, everyone is afraid to see him use it. Goku then asks King Omni a bold question. How did Zeno learn this power? King Omni doesn't understand and asks what learned means. The scene replies that he had masters who taught him all the techniques that King Omni saw him use in a tournament of power, such as the Kamehameha and the Spirit Bomb. King Omni is surprised and says that Goku's techniques are incredible and asks who taught them to the scene. Then, Goku replies that the Kamehameha was taught to him by Master Roshi, who also fought on Team Universe 7, and the Spirit Bomb he learned from the Supreme Lord Kaio. Zeno gets excited and says that he will teach Goku the erasure technique if he teaches the Saiyan the Kamehameha that he used against Kefla. Goku accepts the deal, and Zeno says that from now on he will be what they call Goku's master, and orders Daishin Khan to dress him identically to King Omni. Daishin Khan asks future Zeno what happened to him in his timeline after the Omni King erased all of existence. Future Zeno is startled and asks why he's asking this. Daishin Khan replies that he doesn't know how they met in the future, but that in the present he and Zeno have a pact where neither can ever betray the other, because one's powers are the other's weaknesses. Therefore, neither Zeno can erase Grand Priest and the Angels, nor can the Angels seal Zeno. Present-day Zeno faces future Zeno, sensing a certain fear in his future self. After all, Zeno knows Zeno better than anyone. He then asks his future self what he did with Daishin Khan, and knowing he couldn't lie, he reveals that he broke the agreement erasing the Grand Priest. Daishin Khan is startled and asks why he did it, and future Zeno replies that when Goku summoned him, he didn't know the Saiyan or Earth, so he found it very strange that Goku had the summoning button, even believing that Daishin Khan had given him the button, and upon seeing that Zamasu destroyed the entire hierarchy of the universe, he impulsively erased everything because his agreement with the Grand Priest no longer made sense in that world. After training Goku, Daishin Khan told Zeno that he noticed something about the Saiyan that perplexed him. Curious, Zeno asked the Grand Priest what frightened him, and Daishin Khan replied that he always knew Goku had immense potential, but what he saw there went beyond any expectation. Zeno asked if he adapted quickly to the Grand Priest's power, and Daishin Khan replied that that's exactly it. The way he adapted and evolved in battle is as if his powers were limitless. Zeno was intrigued and said that this was impressive but also worrying, and asked the Grand Priest what else bothered him. The Grand Priest explains that he noticed Goku was having fun while fighting him, even without being able to lay a finger on him, as if he were toying with the power of the gods, and that's terrifying. After all, the stronger your opponent, the faster they surpass you, and at this rate, one day they could even challenge us, the supreme beings. Zeno becomes thoughtful and asks if the Grand Priest is afraid of him, and the Grand Priest replies that he is, saying that Goku is not just any mortal, he is a phenomenon and totally unpredictable, and it's impossible to know how far this might take him. Daishin Khan tells Zeno that he needs to speak with him alone, away from future Zeno and his guards. Zeno asks why, and the Grand Priest says it's not the time to discuss. Future Zeno is confused and questions why he wasn't included in the conversation. Daishin Khan replies that everything is fine and that he doesn't need to worry. Present Zeno then sits alone with the Grand Priest and asks what he wants. Daishin Khan says he'll be direct and reveals that future Zeno needs to disappear because the present is taking a completely different turn than planned. Zeno asks what he means by that, and Daishin Khan replies that before future Zeno appeared, the Omni King intended to erase most of the existing universes due to the imbalance between them. However, after Goku brought future Zeno, everything changed, and they even agreed to hold a tournament to give these universes a second chance to save themselves. At the moment, everything may seem fine and normal, but this won't last long before the entire present timeline is disrupted. This is a collapse, considering that the other 6 universes erased in the past have also been restored.